Hey, Zara. Sorry that it ended up being so late. I didn't think it would take so much of my time tonight. I'm on my way home now, though. I won't be much longer.
That's all right. I understand the circumstances. You went to visit Ellen after work today, right? How was she? Is she doing any better recently?
Yeah, well, she looks alright from the outside. That's what she says as well. But she is going to have an operation soon, so I think she's a little anxious about it.
Yeah, I can see that. Anyone would be nervous with something like that coming up. I mean, she's still in college, and surgery isn't something most teenagers have to deal with. And she's been in and out of hospital so many times already that she must be tired of it.
Yeah, she's been pretty sick ever since she was small. There seems to be no end to it, really. She has been to the hospital for short stays a bunch of times, but this is the first time she has been there for so long.
She's been there for a while now, right? Has it been almost 2 months now this time around?
Something close to that, yeah.
It's easier to relax knowing that she is there surrounded by doctors so nothing is going to happen to her. But it must be pretty hard on her mentally being in there all day long.
Yeah, I think that's the case. She said that she was doing well when I saw her, but she seemed kind of hollow when she said it. I think she must be going through more than she wants to let on to others.
I guess she doesn't want others to worry too much about her. But if the surgery goes well this time, she will be able to start going to school again, won't she?
Yeah, she's excited for that herself, and I think looking forward to seeing her friends is helping her get through this. But there's something that she seems to be really worried about. I mean, of course she has things to worry about, but there is something other than her surgery as well.
Really? What is it that she's worried about apart from that?
Well, you know that we're the ones who are paying for her hospital bills right now. It seems that she is feeling a little sorry about that. She feels bad that we're paying that money for her. I keep telling her that she doesn't need to worry about it at all, but I don't think she can stop.
She really doesn't need to worry about that at all, though. She's your sister. Why wouldn't we help her when we can?
I know that's what I keep telling her, but she just isn't satisfied with me saying that. I wish that Mom would at least go and talk to her about it too.
What? Hasn't Jane been there to see her at all?
Not even once. And it seems like she doesn't even reply to her messages either. I know that she has always been looking after Ellen since she was born and is pretty tired from it. But it would be good of her to at least visit while she is in the hospital.
I know that she must be tired and she isn't getting any younger either. It's been even harder for her since her dad died and she had to do it all alone. I mean, just the money on its own is a big burden.
That's why I said that I would start to pay for the treatments at least. So the burden should have decreased in that sense, I think.
That's true. But Jane is the one who Ellen is living with all of the time. And she has to take care of her every single day. Even if we pay the money, it doesn't mean that everything else gets easier.
Of course, I understand that as well. But I feel so bad for Ellen having to be in the hospital all the time on her own. Hey, could you talk to my mom for me as well?
You mean to ask her to go and visit Ellen?
Yeah. I'm not saying that she needs to go and see her every day, but at least once before the surgery would be good, don't you think? I've told her a bunch of times, but she doesn't listen to me at all.
Right. She should go at least once. Ellen would really like to see her, I think. Okay, I will try to talk to her and get her to go. I don't know if she will listen to me, but I will try.
Sorry about that. Not only are we paying all this money, but now I'm asking you to get involved in my family problems as well. After things with Ellen have calmed down a little bit, why don't we go on a little trip to get away from everything?
That sounds like a nice plan, but everything with Ellen comes before that. Let's wait until the surgery is over before we start planning any holidays. By the way, it's at the end of this week that they want us to pay the next lot of payments for the hospital stay, right?
Yeah, that's right. Do we have enough in that account right now?
Yeah, all of that should be fine. I'll check later on just in case to make sure it really is there, but I'm sure I transferred the money already.
Thanks for always taking care of the money as well. I know it's a pain, but please double check later for me. It stresses me out thinking about it. Zara, do you have a little time to talk right now? There's something I wanted to ask you.
Oh, Jane! This is actually really good timing. I was just about to message you myself. What did you want to talk to me about?
Oh, you also had something to tell me. You can go ahead and tell me first.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about Ellen.
About Ellen? Why? Did something happen with her?
She seems to be nervous about the surgery coming up, but apart from that, her health seems to be good.
I see. Then what did you want to talk to me about if she is fine?
I was talking to Ryan about her 2 days ago, and I was just wondering if you wouldn't go and visit her in the hospital before her operation. I'm sure she will be able to relax a lot more if you went to see her.
Ah, so that's it. Yeah, I have been thinking that I should go pretty soon myself. I talked to her about it today as well, actually.
Oh, really? You messaged her?
Yeah, I guess I can't leave her alone for any longer than I have. I kept a little bit of distance from her, but have had a good enough break. And it's not her fault that she is sick all of the time. I should pay her a visit.
Well, of course it isn't. Nobody chooses to be sick. But did something happen? Ryan said that when he asked you to go, you would just shake your head and say no to it. Did something happen to change your mind?
Nothing specific to really mention to you. It's been hard looking after her this entire time, but I can't just keep her there and not see her like this. And the operation is getting closer and closer as well.
Right, that is true. I'm glad you have decided to go. I'm sure that Ellen will be happy to see you as well.
I hope that's the case. But in the off chance that something happens, it would be great if you could step in and help out.
Of course. I'll do what I can.
Thanks for that, Zara. But let me talk to you about what I had to say. I just got a call from the hospital just before. They told me that they made a mistake with the payment date that they sent you.
Really? So it's not this weekend?
No, they said that it's actually today. They need the money to be paid today. But you must be really busy, right? So I was thinking that I would bring the money with me to pay when I visit Ellen today.
You mean that you want to go there and pay in cash? That would be quite a lot of money to be walking around with. Are you sure that's okay?
Of course it's okay. I'm not a child after all. I'm not going to lose it or anything. And there's also the fact that I haven't been there to visit Ellen since she was admitted to the hospital. If I have another reason to go, it will make it easier for me to go and visit her.
Well, I guess I can understand what you mean there. But still, going to pay all of that money in cash? I can transfer it really quickly myself.
Are you thinking that I'm lying about this or something? That maybe I will just take the money and run off?
No, of course not. I would never think something like that. But it is still kind of dangerous to walk around with all that money. And I have to go and get the money out anyway, right? So it would actually be quicker for me to just transfer it to the hospital.
I know what you mean, but I already told them that I would go and pay it in cash today. I will come and pick it up from your place. Could you get it ready for me?
Okay, I got it. I'll go get it out and have it ready for you.
Thanks so much for understanding. I will let Ryan know about it myself so that he's not worrying about whether the fees are paid or not. I'll be there just around lunchtime. Is that enough time for you to go and withdraw the money, too?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll have the money for you by that time. I will see you soon.
Zara, I just got a call from the hospital. They said that they haven't been sent the money for Ellen's medical bills.
What? What do you mean it wasn't sent through?
That's what they said. But this is a problem that goes beyond that, right? You didn't just not pay it, it's worse than that. You've been using the money that we put aside for her treatment, haven't you? How could you spend the money that was meant for my sick sister?
Wait just a second here. What are you talking about? What do you mean I spent the money? Why is that the case?
Right after I got a call from the hospital, I got a call from my mom, too. She said that you spent all of the money meant for Ellen. This isn't even funny as a joke. What's going on?
What? Jane said that to you? That can't be right. Why would she say that?
What do you mean? Why isn't that right?
You heard from her already, didn't you? She said that she was going to take the money to the hospital herself when she went to visit Ellen. She told me that she was going to text you about it, so you didn't worry.
What are you talking about? I never heard anything about that. She didn't say a word to me about any of that.
Really? She didn't tell you anything about it? She came here to pick up the money on her way to the hospital. She said that she would talk to you herself, so I didn't even say anything to you about it.
I didn't hear anything from her at all. Seriously, what are you talking about right now?
A few days ago, Jane messaged me and told me that she had gotten a call from the hospital. Apparently, they told her that the payment date they had told us before had been a mistake and it was actually earlier. Then she said that she would bring the money to them directly. She didn't say anything to you about that?
What the hell is going on? I'm so confused right now. I haven't heard about any of this. But the fact is that the money was never paid to the hospital. What's going on right now?
Well, I don't know how to say this, but looking at the situation, isn't your mom lying about something?
But why would she do that? What reason would she have to lie to us about any of this?
I have no idea why she might have done that. I really don't. But I can't think of any other way that this has happened. I didn't spend the money, that's for sure. And it's a fact that she came here to take the money herself. I handed the cash to her in an envelope myself. So what else could be going on other than that she is lying to you and me?
It seems like that, but what the hell? We're talking about the money for her daughter's medical bills. Why on earth would she just take that?
I have no idea, like I said. I know it doesn't make sense. But if you think about it, what else could have happened?
You're right. It has to be like that. That's the only explanation. I'm sorry I just came out and blamed you for spending it like that.
Don't worry about it. There would be no reason for you to not believe what your mom said. I mean, it's my fault as well for listening to what she said to me about the payment. I felt like it didn't make much sense, but couldn't think of why she would lie.
I just can't understand why she would take that money. But more important than that right now, though, do we have enough to pay for it any other way?
We do have enough in another savings account. If we take it from that, we can pay. But things will get pretty hard for us for a while.
Well, there's nothing else we can do in this situation. We do need to pay this. I'll think of something later on. Sorry, but could you send the money for me? I will call the hospital and tell them that it's on the way.
That's fine. I will take care of it. What do you want to do about your mom, though? We need to talk to her about this to figure out what is going on.
I know. I'll try and call her myself, but I don't think she will pick up. Could you go and see if she is at home just in case?
Sure thing. I can do that. I'll send the money and then make my way over there. Let me know if you manage to get through to her. Jane, I am on my way to your place right now. Please reply when you get this message. But I will be there soon.
Zara, what's going on? Did something happen? Why do you need to come to my house?
Come on, there is no point in pretending that you don't know the reason. You've been ignoring all of Ryan's calls as well. You know exactly why I am on my way right now, don't you?
It must be about the money for Ellen's hospital bills, right? As soon as I got all those calls from Ryan, I guess that was what they were about.
Then since you know what this will be about, that will make things quicker. I'm just going to go right ahead and ask you then. Why did you do something like this? None of this makes sense to me.
There wasn't really any reason for it. I just needed a little bit of money, that's all. There's nothing more to it.
If that's really the reason, do you think that Ryan and I will just sit back and forget about this?
What do you mean by that? What are you going to do then?
We'll have you pay back the full amount, of course. If it comes to it, we will hire a lawyer and take you to court as well.
You're joking, right? You're going to sue a family member.
This wasn't just a small amount of money, you know. You might be family, but there is still a line. And what you did this time has definitely crossed that line. You stole a lot of money from us, and now you say that there was no reason for it at all?
So you're really serious about that?
Yes, we are. Although it's not something that we really want to do. We don't want to take you to court if we don't have to. So if there is an actual reason for why you did this, please tell me what it is. Maybe, depending on what the reason is, we won't have to go through with that and we can put an end to this.
Fine, I get it. There's no point in hiding anything anymore. I'll tell you everything.
Okay, good. Now we're getting somewhere. Then I will ask you one more time. Why would you do something like this?
I wanted to torment Helen a little bit. I wanted her to feel agitated.
What? You wanted to torment her? By taking the money that was meant for her hospital bills. This isn't just something small we're talking about. This isn't a prank or being annoying. This could have had real consequences. But why would you want to torment your own daughter in the first place?
Because I am so frustrated with everything. Ever since that girl was born, I have had to look after her constantly. Never a day's rest. It's always her.
Well, that's something that you have to do as her mother. She is sick, and so you have to look after her.
She has been in and out of the hospital more times than I can count. And even when she's at home, it's impossible to tell when she'll get worse again. I have been doing this for over 15 years. 15 years! Can you even imagine how hard this has been on me? Even if I am her mother, why does that mean that I have to do all of this for her? Aren't I a person too? Don't I deserve to live my life?
I know that it must have been very hard on you. I can't even really imagine how difficult it would be. And I'm sure you have been through some rough times yourself. But isn't that exactly the same for Ellen as well? She has been in pain and has suffered because of her health. She didn't become sick because she wanted to. She had no choice in that.
Of course I know that. You think I don't know that? But I couldn't stand it anymore. I'm completely at my limit. My entire life has been completely ruined because of her.
But you took the money for her medical bills away. You wanted to get revenge on your own daughter for something that she can't control?
Yes, that's what I wanted. I've had such a hard time of it, I thought it would be unfair unless she felt the same as me. Or what? Do you think that just because I am her mother that I have to be patient and put up with everything?
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Even if you are a mother, you are still your own person with your own life. Hard things are still hard. And there are, of course, things that make you feel bad, even if they're because of your kids.
What? Do you mean that you can understand me?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I definitely can't understand what you did completely. Also, I don't have kids of my own yet. I also don't know just what you have been through in your life either.
But you can at least understand my reasoning behind it, though, right? So let's just ignore what happened this time.
Well, with the money, everything turned out okay this time, so we don't need to get it back from you. And you did have some kind of reason, so maybe we can pretend that didn't happen too. But are you really okay with that? You won't regret this, will you?
What? What is that supposed to mean?
I'm talking about what you did to your daughter. Is it really okay with you to just pretend that it didn't happen? We happened to have enough money saved up that we were still able to pay the bills in time. But what if we didn't? What do you think could have happened to Ellen?
I guess she would have had to leave the hospital, and she wouldn't be able to get the operation done.
But that would have just made her symptoms worse, not better. She could even have died if she didn't get the proper treatment.
That's just the worst case scenario. That wouldn't have actually happened.
How can you be so sure about that? You should know her state of health better than anyone. Can you really be so optimistic about it to say that nothing that bad would have happened to her? Since you're not replying, I think you know the answer to that yourself.
Okay, and so what? Are you trying to say that everything is my fault? That I am the only one who is wrong?
I told you that I am trying to understand your feelings. But if we imagine for a second what it would be like if things went as I said and she died, what do you think the rest of your life would be like?
I would finally be released from the burden of having to look after her. There would be nothing but good for me if that happened.
But you would have to live the rest of your life full of regret. You would have to live knowing that you were the reason your daughter died. Could you really live out your life without feeling anything about that?
I don't know. Maybe I could.
I can understand that things have been difficult for you as an individual, as your own person. But as a mother, what you did this time is really extreme. There are no winners in this scenario. And you would have suffered in the end as well if things went badly.
Zara, what am I supposed to do then?
You need to think about it yourself. Realize what it means to be a mother and what you need to do. Think about what's going to happen between you and Ellen from now on. Reflect on what you tried to do to her just now and find your own answer to your question. This time around, that is your punishment. When I arrived at Jane's house, she gave me back the money that she had taken before. She really did only do that to try and get some sort of sick revenge on Ellen and hadn't spent a single dollar of the amount that she had taken. Of course, that doesn't mean that what she did can be excused just because she didn't touch the money. However, after Ellen had the operation, her mom told her everything about what had happened and was honest about how she felt about looking after her for all these years and apologized to her. Ellen was understandably shocked to hear her mom say something like that, but tried to understand how she felt, and the two of them decided to keep some distance between them to stop their relationship from deteriorating further. In order to do this, after the operation and after Ellen was released from the hospital, she came to live with me and Ryan instead of going back home. Jane now lives at home by herself, but the two of them meet from time to talk and catch up a little bit about their lives. It's slow going and it will take a lot of time, but their relationship is slowly starting to mend itself and return to normal. Or at least as close to normal as it can be under the circumstances. Ellen herself feels better after the operation and was able to return to college not too long after she was released from the hospital. She is still physically weak, but being able to do things and see her friends has much improved her mental state of mind. Ryan and I will continue to look after her as long as we need to, and hope that her health improves as she becomes an adult. I also hope that she can one day have a better relationship with her mother, and even maybe forgive her one day for what she did. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content. See you next time!